I am painfully aware that trust is in short supply.
So this one's got everything. Fast cars, billionaires, and arguably one of the most controversial issues in Nashville you may have never even heard of before. We're talking, of course, about Nashville Speedway and the soccer stadium right next door.
We at Soccer support racing.
That's Nashville SC owner John Ingram back in 2018. And we're bringing all of this back because we have neighborhood groups in Nashville who are trying to change the city's charter to replace racing here at this fairgrounds, which a city that has racing written into its charter, you don't see that every day. But this is actually one of the oldest racetracks in the country. Now, some of these groups who are trying to protect racing at the fairgrounds say that Ingram is the one bankrolling efforts to end racing here altogether. Even though he promised Metro Nashville City Council he will be a good partner of his neighbors here at the racetrack as long as the city lets him build this $335 million stadium and throw in the 2.4-acre property in the middle so that he can develop all of that.
I will personally be responsible to see that we follow through on our commitments. All of them.
At best, he's changed his mind, and at worst, he lied to us.
So Ingram obviously got his stadium, but now says that any attempt at trying to expand the number of seats on this grandstand would be, quote, a recipe for disaster. I sat down with former Nashville Mayor John Cooper, who told me that from the very beginning, the plan was for Nashville to renovate this racetrack and add seats so that one day this city could have two 30,000-seat venues right next to one another.
I don't understand why coexistence seems to be so hard, because that's a recent finding.
We went through years of documents and found letters from Ingram where he acknowledges that the city may one day want to renovate that space. So what do you think changed?
I don't know.
Now, Ingram turned us down for an interview, but his team told us that it wasn't Ingram who changed, it was Nashville. They understood there might be some renovations here or there, but they never agreed to doubling the size of the grandstand. Ingram and some of these neighborhood groups have said, maybe we can use this space for affordable housing. But ultimately, people suspect the real reason is because they may bring some events, and those events would no longer go to the stadium.
So do you think this has anything to do with affordable housing?
No, not at all.
Some people are probably going, okay, well, Levi, how does this impact me? The thing is, if, and it's a big if here, if these groups get enough signatures, they can put the fate of this racetrack on a ballot for Nashville to vote on in November. So here's where we stand at this point. NASCAR has shown interest in wanting to come back to this racetrack, a place where they haven't held a Cup Series race since 1984. It's been a while. They've also said that they're willing to install some sound barriers to cut down on the noise, but this is a much different Nashville than 1984. We are right in the middle of neighborhoods. I can see houses, but race fans say you can't just replace history. It seems like the neighbor next door wants nothing to do with NASCAR moving into the neighborhood. And some say he's willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that doesn't happen. As always, I'm wondering, what do you think?